Joining me tonight in Hollywood, Carlos Diaz, who's a correspondent for Extra. Also in Hollywood is Leslie Marshall, host of The Leslie Marshall Show on the radio. And let us begin with Levi Johnston's claims, seen today on Tyra, that he believes, I love this, he thinks that Sarah Palin actually knew that he and her daughter Bristol were having sex under her roof in her house. Watch.
She knew that you guys were active.
Yeah.
You think she knew?
I'm pretty sure she probably knew.
How are you pretty sure she knew? She didn't.
Mom's pretty smart.
All right, wait till you hear what Sarah Palin has to say about this, and you will in just a moment. But Carlos, should this dude be going on Tyra talking about their sex life? Come on.
Well, first off, somewhere Matt Damon is laughing and saying, "I told you so." But yeah, secondly, you know, it's the ultimate kiss and tell, dude. You don't go on national TV and do any kind of kissing and telling. Does it hurt national security at all? No, not at all. But it's going to hurt this guy's chances of getting any kind of girls in the future in Alaska, where I hear pickings are pretty slim.
I don't know why I find this whole thing astonishing, but yet I'm not surprised at all by any of it. And as I mentioned, Sarah Palin just smoking mad over this. Showbiz Tonight got a statement from her rep. Here's what Sarah is saying about it. Quote, "We're disappointed that Levi and his family, in a quest for fame, attention, and fortune, are engaging in flat-out lies, gross exaggeration, and even distortion of their relationship." She goes on to say, "Bristol realizes now that she made a mistake in her relationship and is the only one taking responsibility for their actions." Leslie, can you blame in any way Sarah Palin for being so ticked off here?
Don't faint, America. I'm actually going to agree with Sarah Palin on something. No, I can't blame her. By the way, Carlos, this isn't kissing and telling. This is shagging and telling, and this is worse. I mean, this is far worse because, quite frankly, if you can't respect your child's mother, even if you're not in a relationship with them, I mean, this is a guy that's turned to trash, talking trash. This lacks class. I'm not trying to rhyme here. This is completely out of line. I don't care who Sarah Palin is. I don't care who the mother is. Most people have a suspicion that kids that are that age group in America are sexually active. But, I mean, there's no way to say that she knew. And this is inappropriate to do on national television. This is just trashy.
Inappropriate regardless of who it is. I mean, you see this thing from time to time on Jerry Springer, and it's not even right when you see it there. But wait, there's more. Adding insult to injury, Levi opened up to Tyra about his sex life with Bristol Palin. Let's look at that.
Were you practicing safe sex?
Yeah.
Even when the baby was conceived?
We were.
And so there were just wardrobe malfunctions?
I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I guguess so.
Every time you practice safe sex?
Yeah.
Every time?
Every time.
Levi?
Most of the time.
Most of the time. There you go.
Yeah, there you go, Tyra. You got the answer you were looking for. So, Carlos, add that to the heap of stuff that he shouldn't be talking about. But really, at the heart of it, I think for so many people, it has to add to the embarrassment for Sarah Palin, who preaches abstinence.
I mean, she preaches abstinence all the time, not some of the time. And he's going on there, and it reminded me of that Austin Powers skit where if you ask him 3 times, he has to tell the truth, you know, because he's like, all the time, all the time, some of the time, you know, and that's the thing, too. I mean, and Levi, we didn't hear from him at all during the Republican race, and now we know why, because he doesn't sound like he's the sharpest tool in the toolbox there, you know? I mean...
You said it, not me, Carlos. We didn't hear from him, but we did get to see him, because let's not forget, last September, during the Republican National Convention, Bristol and Levi appeared together, and if you remember, and we're looking at them here, it looked like everything was fine. Everything is terrific. Then, this past February, Bristol told Greta Van Susteren on Fox how great a dad Levi was. Let's look at that.
Well, he's a really hands-on dad. He's just in love with him as much as I am.
How often does he see his son?
He sees him every day.
Okay, that was then, this is now, because in this brand new interview, just 2 months later, watch how Levi describes his relationship with Bristol.
She's usually in a pretty bad mood. She's short. She doesn't want me around, I don't think.
She doesn't want you around.
She says, yeah.
She says what?
She says that I can come see the baby and that kind of thing, but won't let me take him anywhere.
Okay, either things change rapidly or one of them ain't telling the truth here. Levi and Bristol really became the poster children for teen pregnancy and how it could work when we thought everything was going well. But Leslie, now they're really the poster children for teenage pregnancy and how it usually turns out, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think it's actually good that he was saying they were practicing safe sex all of the time, even if that's not true, because hopefully teens out there that are practicing safe sex or aren't practicing safe sex get a picture of what it's like. It is tough to be a parent. They really need to enjoy their teen years, and if they're going to be having sex, to practice safe sex. And I think that was the best thing that came out of this interview, is that people got to say, oh, gee, the condom can break.
And again, back to the point of Sarah Palin, having abstinence is such an important issue. I have to imagine, Leslie, and this is something I know you talked about a great deal on your radio show during the campaign, can you imagine the fireworks going on in her head?
One thing is, though, Bristol Palin, a lot of people may not know if you Google, she once, a little faux pas in an interview, talked about how abstinence isn't always possible. And obviously we know that. Obviously with Levi it wasn't always possible. But yeah, it does hurt Sarah Palin, and actually for Sarah Palin it's good there's not an election year and that American voters have short memories if she does run.
Well,